Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. On this program, I want to review the 7 things you must do to prepare yourself for World War III. Because you are going to need to prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. One of the little seers at Fatima, Jacinta, said that there will be a secret of heaven and a secret of earth. The secret of heaven is the end times comet, but the secret of earth is World War III. And she said that the secret of earth will be terrifying. Now, the first thing you must do to prepare mentally is to convince yourself that World War III is going to occur. Please remember that Satan is trying to convince you otherwise. He is telling you peace and security. But remember, the Bible says that when you cry out peace and security, there is no peace and security. Jesus himself warned in the Olivet Discourse, there will be wars and rumors of war. Kingdom shall rise against kingdom, and nation against nation. There are a few websites which seem to be giving you the truth about the massive land, sea, and air buildup by the United States in the Persian Gulf. For example, if you go to the Debka Files website, you will find that there is currently a massive United States buildup in the Persian Gulf in our land, sea, and air forces. Just 2 stories this past month included the fact that we are sending another aircraft carrier group to the Persian Gulf, the Harry S. Truman, and just last week, a United States nuclear submarine went through the Straits of Hormuz. None of these incidents were reported widely in the media. As I said, Satan is trying to hide the imminence of World War III. Now, if you want to find the motivation for the beginning of World War III, you need to understand that Obama is way down in the popularity polls. I go to the Rasmussen website myself. You will find that the Republicans are going to take over the House and the Senate in this fall's elections. Now, if you were Commander-in-Chief, would you want to wage a war with a friendly Congress or a Congress in the hands of the opposing party? I think you see where I am going with this. If the president is going to start World War III, he will want to do it while he has a friendly Congress. That is why I have been saying all along that Obama will provoke World War III sometime this fall, and at the latest, at early part of next year. Now, there are 3 things you should do to prepare physically for World War III. First of all, of course, is to store extra food, water, and alternate heat. Even the FEMA website will tell you how to prepare for an emergency. Secondly, it's very possible you will need a bug-out bag in case you must leave your home on an emergency basis. Thirdly, it's very possible you will need to move either to another state, possibly another country. You may need to get a passport. Remember, St. John says you must leave Babylon. That is not necessarily physically, but it's very possible. Many people have already left America. You may have to leave your state. I personally recommend moving as far away from any Planned Parenthood clinic as possible. And lastly, you need to prepare spiritually. The Blessed Mother warned at Fatima that more people go to hell for sins of the flesh than for any other sin. Sins of the flesh are the hallmark of these end times. Jesus said it would be as in the days of Noah and then in the days of Lot. And I have added that it will be as in the days of Onan and Ur. The first 4 sins in the Old Testament for which God destroyed mankind were sins of the flesh. All 4 of these instances in the Old Testament are marked by God destroying mankind. At Noah's time, the sin was intercourse with demons. The Bible says that only Noah was perfect in his generation. Perfect in your generation means sexual purity. And Jesus said it will be as in the days of Noah. Of course, the sin at Lot's time was homosexuality. That was the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah. That is why God rained down fire on them. Jesus also said the end times would be as in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And the sin of Onan and were sins of contraception and masturbation. Two more sins very prominent in these end times. It's almost impossible to go through a supermarket checkout counter, for example, without seeing images of half-dressed women. Preparing for World War III will be the same as preparing for the rapture. Remember the 5 wise and 5 foolish virgins. When Jesus tells that parable, all those images are sexual images. For example, they are virgins. For example, they keep oil in their lamps. For example, they keep their wicks trimmed. For example, the rapture occurs at midnight. Jesus will come as a bridegroom. They will all go into the marriage feast of the Lamb. There is no doubt there is a strong connection between sexuality and the end times. We see it all around us. There is no doubt that the sins which will prevent you from understanding World War III and will prevent you from being raptured are sexual sins. And lastly, of the 7 things you need to prepare for World War III, you need to take up the weapons against the Antichrist. And those weapons, according to the Bible, are Mary's rosary and scapular. Those are the 2 edges of the sword that comes out of Jesus' mouth. Those are the 2 wings of an eagle. Those are what will prepare you the best for both the rapture and for World War III. And if you would like more information or a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, simply write to the address you see on your screen.